Good morning, my brothers and sisters, on this episode number 162 of the Good Morning Guys podcast. Thank you so much for joining us on this fine morning, afternoon, evening, or night as we continue discussing the game of life amidst the other games we love to watch and to play. I am one of your four hosts, the Brazilian Mountaineer and Transition Ninja, Lucas Ham Swisher. Also with me, the judge, the jury, and the executioner of fantasy football, cage match wrestling, and obnoxious random chance, Patrick.
How dare you?
Novacell.
I'll tell you what. Every time, I'll tell you what, man. You start the podcast with a good morning. It sounds more and more country every single time you do it.
Good.
I am from West Virginia, after all.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
John Denver knows nothing about that.
That's right. R.I.P. On his left and my right, the Eggland Fantasy League and Beast of the East who can prep a house for resale in 3 months or less, Ronnie Johantis.
Hello, everybody.
Hi. And last but certainly not least, the final member of the GMG Quadfecta who's got Retro-October in his heart, customer service on his brain, and either something really healthy or pumpkin spiced in his old stomacho, Marc Boucher.
Basic white girl reporting for duty.
Yes, sir.
Ooh, we got a female on the podcast tonight.
Right. That's right. All right, guys, it is great to be a quadfecta again after Patrick coughed his way out of our podcast last week. And why don't we just start with old Patty? What's going on, buddy? Tell us the latest and greatest. Give us a 2-week update. What is new with you, my friend?
Well, buckle up. It's been 2 weeks of craziness.
Click it
so
or kick it.
Like you said, last week I was sick. It just came out of nowhere. Last Friday night, got the chills, and it was like 11:30, and I was like, I went up to bed, and my wife's like, "What are you doing up here?" Because usually I don't go to bed till like 2 a.m. So she immediately knew something was wrong.
Uh-huh.
And so, I went to bed, woke up the next morning, and I was a little achy, runny nose. I had a little bit of a cough, sore throat. And so she goes crazy and thinks I have COVID.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was like 5:30 in the morning, right?
Yeah,
like
she is like posting on Facebook, asking all of her friends and church friends and everybody, like, what do I do? Where can I get a test? Where does he need to go? And I'm like,
Mindy's
wow.
like, did you know Patrick might have COVID? I'm like, what? All the way down in Brazil, buddy. We knew what was going down.
Spreads.
You guys knew before I did.
That's just
I'll tell you what, man. So I hate my nose being touched. Like on the outside is awful. Like someone like brushes up against it. My kids come up and touch my nose. I hate it. I really hate it. And getting a COVID test was even worse. Like so it was you can do like a take home thing, or you can do it from home. Like I didn't know you could do that. So I had to swab my own brain.
Oh, that's awful.
Oh man.
So I was like coughing and sneezing for probably the next minute after I did that. So it ended up being negative. So that's good. I just had like a lingering cough for about a week. Finally subsided yesterday. So yeah, it was just a long, gross cough for about a week. But that's why I was out last week. So other than that, because I was sick, my wife was like, you need to go down to the man cave and you need to stay down there and you need to quarantine.
I guess if I have to.
And I'm like, and I put up a fight. I was like, no, I don't want to stay down the man cave and play video games and watch movies. I don't want to
do all the things that I want to do.
So I did feel a little bit under the weather, and kind of video games is kind of like a little bit of a workout a little bit. So I just wanted to lay there and just watch TV. So I watched plenty of movies over the past week. I also watched an entire TV series. I watched the Squid Games. I don't know if you heard about this new Korean movie or Korean TV show. It's English dubbed, and it's basically like a battle royale where you play kid games like red light, green light, tug of war, things like that. But if you lose, you die.
Whoa.
And there's like
That escalated quickly.
Yeah, I know. There's like 460 something players, and the last person to survive wins like equivalent of like $40 million. Which basically everybody in these games are in debt for one reason or another, and like they are down on their luck. They're about to lose everything. So everyone has a little skin in the game. They want to be able to either win the money or they're gonna die. And they want to risk it. And it's a good show. It was very graphic, very, very graphic. I don't think there was cuss words. There might have been, but it was dubbed and it was like kind of translated, so there wasn't much going on there. But very, very, very graphic. The ending wasn't really that good of a payoff. I didn't really care about that. The whole like the games and how people died was the most interesting part. I mean, it was like kind of like Saw, like where it's like you play a game, you either win or you die, and that's basically the way, or live or die. So yeah, I mean, I enjoyed it. It's getting a lot of buzz. It's probably going to be like the big Halloween get up this year. So yeah, if I had to rate it, I would rate it like a 7 out of 10. I mean, that's probably the first dubbed TV show I've ever watched.
Okay.
So it was kind of like you had to read the entire time, and I was like, I hate reading. So that's
why you're watching TV, so you don't have to read.
Exactly. So but yeah, I mean, it was good. I mean, if you got nothing else to watch, go ahead and watch it. I mean, there's a lot of other TV shows that are better than this, but it's the new hotness. Might as well jump in and watch that. So with that, I also watched a ton of movies. I watched Free Guy again. That movie was even better the second time. I think I gave it a 10 out of 10. It's still a 10 out of 10 after the second viewing. There's a lot of things that I missed in the first viewing, so it was cool to see that one again. And then I went on a 90s kick. I watched Tommy Boy.
Oh,
well, not really 90s. I think they're like 80s.
No, that's
90s.
90s.
Tommy Boy's 90s.
Can confirm.
I watched What About Bob? That might be 80s.
That's 80s. Yeah.
I watched What About Bob? It was the first. It was just dropped on Hulu. And so I was like, you know what? I haven't seen this as an adult. I saw this when I was a teenager, and I had a lot more respect and adoration for this now that I'm a little bit older.
1991, Lucas.
All right. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. And then I watched Hall Pass with Owen Wilson. And Jason Sudeikis.
No, that doesn't have Cameron Diaz.
No.
I was thinking of bad.
I kind of wanted to watch. It was just, I think it dropped on Netflix or Hulu, whichever one it was. But I've been watching the that Jason Sudeikis TV show Ted Lasso on Apple TV, and that series just ended. So and then they're gonna do the final season 3 next year. So I was like, Jason Sudeikis, sure. I kind of want to watch more Jason Sudeikis, so I watched the Hall Pass, and then I watched The Village.
Oh my gosh, the M. Night Shyamalan movie?
That I watched The Village. So yeah, I did that. It was bad.
You know it's bad when you turn to M. Night.
I know. That's The Village. Yeah. And I watched the Injustice movie. That's animated Injustice, I guess take on the Injustice games. It wasn't the same as the games. The games are like kind of like a multiverse kind of thing, and they didn't do that. So it was a different take on it. I love the Injustice. I love how Superman just goes like almighty dictator, and everyone else is trying to stop him.
I tell you what though, I'm getting kind of tired of seeing evil Superman. I want to see Superman being Superman.
I agree.
I'd agree.
100% agree. I want to see him. Yeah, I mean, like obviously, but the Injustice, the way he goes all evil dictator, and how some of the Justice League are with him, and some of the Justice League is not with him.
Yeah.
And how they like fight each other, and
it's like Civil War for DC.
Heroes die
Yeah.
like violently. So that was good. I would say I would give that 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. The video game story is better. Both if you couple Injustice 1 and Injustice 2, because they kind of bleed together, same storyline, it's really good. The video game is way better.
I won't go into specifics, obviously, but I heard they left a lot of things out. Because, I mean, there's only so much they can do in like an hour and a half, 2 hours.
No, it was like 70-something minutes long.
Really?
Yeah. Very short. And it just kind of just ended. And it left it open for a sequel, just like Injustice 1 did to Injustice 2. But yeah, enjoyed that one. I think that was all the movies I watched while I was sick, and the TV shows. I did play a little bit of video games. I played the Kana Bridge of Spirits.
Okay.
So Kana was a rough start for me.
Yeah.
I did not care for the game mechanics and the gameplay. Did not care for it.
I heard it was really old school, like PS2 kind of feel to the gameplay and such. Is that true? Can you confirm or deny?
So R1 is your light swing with your staff, and then your R2 is your heavy attack. And then you also have you end up unlocking a bow. So you're kind of like a Link character from Zelda. You can slow down time. You can throw bombs. There's a very small upgrade tree that you can get maybe 2 bombs, or you can shoot 6 arrows without having to recharge instead of 3 arrows. So you can just continue to upgrade. But it really wasn't. I didn't really care for it, and it took me like 3 or 4 attempts to actually start. To the game. I played for like 30 minutes. I'm like, I don't really care for this. I want to play something else. And then I was like, you know what? I bought the game. I kind of want to play it. So I did another 30 minutes. I'm like, this is awful. I even texted you, Lucas, and I was like, I can't get into this. I really can't get into this. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to give this the old college try. I have time. I'm in the man cave, so might as well just try it. So I got to a few story beats, and the whole premise of this game is you are a spirit guide, and you're trying to help these bad spirits cross over into the next afterlife or whatever. And after I got through you do it like 4 times. And after the first person or people that I helped cross over, I was like, wow, this story is good.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I just kind of barreled through. I was like, I'm not going to do any of these side missions. I'm not going to try to get these collectibles. I'm not going to try to go through this entire map to get all these different things. I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just going to play this story, and I'm going to mainline it. And so I get to the second spirits I need to help cross over. That was awesome. And then I do the next spirits, and I'm like, this is amazing. And the team that put this together, it was their first game they've ever made before.
That's the crazy thing, yeah.
And they've done movies, like animated movies before. I can't remember. Did they do Ratchet and Clank movie? I can't remember.
I'd have to double check that.
All right, fact check that for me. But I think they did did a movie before. But really, this game I feel would make for a great like Disney Pixar movie. It was so good. I really would like to sit back. There wasn't a lot of cutscenes, and I loved the animation style to this game. I loved the story beats and how it was trying to battle the demons and making them they're corrupted, and you try to uncorrupt them so they can actually go to the afterlife. It was so awesome the way it was done in those very short cutscenes. I wanted more of that. I really wanted a lot more of that. And I think the only way I could get that is if I would get maybe a 90-minute movie. And I hope they do something like that. I feel like this is a kind of team, since they do movies, they've done animated movies, that they would kind of make it a movie. I think that would be really cool. But since it was I didn't really care for the game mechanics, although it was beautiful. There was a performance mode which was for 60 FPS, and then there was like a resolution mode where you can get 4K, but it was at 30 FPS. The performance mode is the way to go. It was so smooth, so clean. It was beautiful, even without that native 4K resolution. So I played that.
Nice.
Really good. The other game that I played was Hot Wheels Unleashed, that new racing game with Hot Wheels. And this game, I tell you what, I think I might be biased because I'm playing with Clark.
Yeah.
There's split screen. Like Ronnie, you've said in the past, there's split screen is a dying breed, and there's split screen in this. And this game is just so fun. Just driving. There's bare bones. There's no voiceovers. There's no story mode. It's just strictly racing on Hot Wheels racing tracks. And there's like 70 something cars, and you start off with like 5 or something like that, and you just unlock cars, unlock tracks. There's a create a track, and you can upload it to the game servers, and you can download everybody's created tracks, which is really, really cool to see and to play all these different variations. There's cars like the Knight Rider car. There's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles van. There's the DeLorean, the Back to the Future DeLorean in there. There's all these different cars to unlock, and it's just so fun to drive these. And each car is not like one's not better than the other.
Yeah.
Everyone is. It's kind of like it's one. If a car is slower, it's gonna have more boost, more NOS. If your car is faster, it's probably gonna have less NOS. So it kind of keeps it on an even playing field, no matter what car you're driving, whether it's a tank or whether it's an F1 racing car. So really, really fun. I'm having a blast with it.
Anytime a video game has either a DeLorean or the Back to the Future, specifically DeLorean, you have my attention.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely interested in this. I know Forza actually just dropped that they're putting a regular DeLorean in their game, so I'm in on that for sure. So, yes. But yeah, I'm interested in the Hot Wheels game for sure. I was interested in Rocket League, but I don't like the fact that you can't purchase it anytime, because I used to have it. I forget on what console I had it, but yeah. Anytime there's the time machine or the DeLorean in it, I'm interested for sure.
Yeah, yeah, really cool. I think that's on the gaming front. On the life front, I talked about my COVID scare, but I think we talked about it 2 years ago, maybe. Our kids had another yes day, where because the wife was out of town for 4 days.
Of course.
And I was just like, all right, kids. Tradition. Yes. It's like, all right, what do you want? They're like, well, let's get KFC. All right. Oh, you want Chipotle? All right. You want something else? Oh, you want to go to Target? You want to go to the trampoline park? All right. Sure. Let's go. Let's do it. You want ice cream afterwards? Let's get it. Oh, you want a pizza after that? You want ice cream first and then pizza? Sure. Whatever. This is it. You want to stay up till midnight? Sure. So we had a really good time while Mel was gone. But I tell you what, I think I've said it before. I'm going to say it again. I don't know how single parents do it.
Yeah,
no doubt.
No doubt. I mean, yes, we had a good time together. Had the father, daughter, father, son time. But my son had 2 soccer games that we had to go to. And getting him ready and making sure because he can't put on his like big huge like socks over his shin guards and everything. And it was Sunday, and I was watching the Bengals game, and I thought his game was at 2:30, and he needs to be there at 2, half hour beforehand to practice and get ready and stretch and all that. And it was I thought his game was at 2:30, and it was 1:45. I was like, you know what? Let me take a look and see if it's actually at 2:30 and where it is and things like that. And I was like, Clark, time to get ready. Your game's at 2:30 or your game's at 2. Let's go now. So we had to hurry up and go. We were out of the house in like 8 minutes. We got there, and believe it or not, we were not the last people there. to show up. So
Lucky ducks.
yeah. But yeah, usually Mel will be the ones like, hey, where are the games at 2? We need to get ready at 1:15, out of here at 1:30 so we can get there. But I didn't have that. I was just laying around watching the Bengals game. So more power to the people that are the single dads, single moms, because it can be exhausting, making sure that they're getting on the bus, off the bus, schoolwork, and all that stuff. So
For sure.
yeah. Sorry, I was a little long-winded. Had a lot to cover.
Hey, you had 2 weeks to cover. It's all good.
Man.
It's all good.
Oh, you didn't cover the most important thing this week.
Shut your face.
I think that's a good transition. Ronnie, I'm sure I knew as soon as you gave me the heads up beforehand, and then I gave you the intro that I gave you. I was like, I'm gonna be feeding fire.
We're not laying eggs anymore.
Update, Ronnie.
So fantasy football this week, Patrick and I played each other. And the funny thing about this is I have absolutely no idea how my team is going to do week to week. It is a Jekyll and Hyde scenario where I will score 115 points and the next week almost 190, which is a huge difference. And this week I played Patrick. I just happened to score 189. And he scored 177. He would have beat any other player in the whole league if he played them with that score.
Man.
Yeah.
That's
awesome.
That's just a bad beat.
That's totally bad.
That's a bad beat.
I
in
put up
fantasy.
177. I'm like, yes. And then I look at Ronnie's score. I'm like, no.
Yeah, that is rough. I think you would have beat anybody else in the league by pretty much a fair amount. So that's fantasy for you. Like, you just never ever know. Early on, it looked like my team wasn't going to score any points again, and then all of a sudden I checked back. I was like, "Whoa, okay, never mind." So
yeah, that's. I was so mad. One, because the Bengals threw away the game on Sunday, and I'm like, at least I got to win in fantasy. I was like, at least I get one of the two, and nope. Ronnie had to go up and put up 180 something points.
Ouch.
Yeah. It was.
You need to sit Derrick Henry. No longer play him.
Dude, Derrick Henry scores 30 points every week by himself. I'm pretty sure now. Yeah, it was just. It was one of those weeks where my team scored really high again. I only have. Well, I guess I have 3 wins now, but 2 of my wins I scored 189 and 200 plus points. And the week before, if you'd have caught me last week, Pat, I scored 115 points. You pretty much could have sat guys and probably still beat me. So I have no idea what to expect. I have literally no idea.
I have commissioner abilities. I can just go in there and mess with your score.
Honestly, you absolutely could.
He'd be none the wiser. Be like, oh, it's too bad.
He's like,
I only scored 15 points off 2 guys. Wait a second.
Wait a minute.
Everybody?
So other than fantasy football, it's been a pretty boring week for me. I haven't really done too much. I did not start the Avengers game yet. You ever just have a hard time getting started on a game? You got to be in a mindset, I feel like, to start a new game.
Yeah.
And if you're not quite in that, you just have to kind of wait it out. I'm kind of in that right now. I've actually been still playing a little bit of Red Dead Redemption 2, just doing some stuff that I hadn't done yet. And it's definitely dying. So it's not I won't be playing it very much longer. So I have the Avengers game downloaded. I actually tried to get Eric to download this, and he's like, no, dude, this is 100 and I don't even know what amount of memory he said, but it was apparently this big, large game. He's like, I'm not downloading that. I'm like, just download it. What do you got? 20 games on there? So yeah, it is better to play those games with somebody for sure.
Yeah.
I would, if he downloaded it, or if my other buddy downloaded it, I would definitely be more likely to play it. On the movie front, I don't know if I watched a single movie. Yeah, I didn't watch a single movie. I did start a new show, which is kind of out of left field. It's called Letterkenny.
Oh, I hear that's a good one.
Yeah,
You
I've heard
know,
about
it's first of all, it's very vulgar, Mark.
Yeah, good to know.
Especially for you. You will hate it probably.
that. Good to know.
It's a weird show, really. It's really just a bunch of dialogue, and it's like boy, I have a hard time describing it. I'm in the 5th episode. I'm in the 5th episode of the first season. There's like 9 seasons. I've heard a lot of really good things about it. I'm not like completely sold on it yet after 5 episodes. And I think that probably for me is not an awesome sign. So I'm gonna keep watching like a few episodes here and there and see if it doesn't really kick off. If it doesn't, I probably will just give it up. There's some really, really hilarious scenes in it. It is definitely for adults. For anyone listening, do not watch this with your kids under any circumstances. You will have a lot of explaining to do.
Fair enough.
But it is definitely interesting, Pat. If you're like watching something by yourself, like I think there would be pretty funny parts, like you like parts that you really like. But we'll see on that. Outside of that, that's it for me.
All right,
cool. I'm the counterpart to Pat's long-winded. I don't have anything.
It's all
Fair
good.
enough. Yep.
How about you, Mark?
Yeah.
How about me?
How about you?
So it's been a good week for sure. So finally got the chance because Black Widow hit Disney Plus. On,
that's right.
On I think Wednesday.
Yeah, I saw
Thursday.
that.
So we did end up watching Black Widow, and I thought that was fantastic. I think they did a great job with that. Kristen
Wait,
did.
Do you have a rating for it?
I would say 9 awkward superhero poses out of 10.
Oh,
All
love
right.
it. Nice.
Nice.
Ugh,
Nice. Well played.
disgusting. The only thing that Kristen said was like, she's like, man, I wish they had actually put this in like chronological order. Like this didn't come out like after Avengers Endgame. Although I guess it makes sense for, the post-credit scene, which is there.
Sure.
But she's like,
I totally get it. It definitely would have been better in chronological order of some kind.
Yeah. But otherwise, I think they did a great job with it. I loved everybody in the movie.
Where does this movie fit in chronologically, like with the entire universe?
It's right after Civil War.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because in this movie, Natasha is on the run because of her dealings, violating the Sokovia Accords and all that. Yeah. But yeah, I very much enjoyed it. All the characters in the movie have their own time to shine for sure. I love Red Guardian in the movie.
Oh, totally.
His name is escaping me. He's all I can remember is he's Hopper on Stranger Things.
Yeah,
that's his name.
Yep. Love his Red Guardian and his little mannerisms and things like that.
He's like that's that uncle. You're just so glad they came to Thanksgiving again.
My girls. But no, it was a lot of fun enjoying it.
Sound like Mickey Rourke and Iron Man 2.
Oh yeah.
I want
my board.
I want my board.
If you can make God bleed.
I want my board.
Your what?
My board.
What is a board?
Your Bert? Are you a Sesame Street character?
Hey, Bert. Oh goodness, but yeah, it was a lot of fun watching that for sure. In terms of life, I'm trying to think if there's anything else.
I'll tell you what. Speaking of life and your life, like I sent Marc a text today. I was like, it's strange that we work together. It's also cool, Like I it still hasn't hit me like that we work together. It's so crazy.
It kind of feels like we did things out of order. It's like,
yeah.
Because like we were friends first, and then they're on a show together, and now we work together. So,
yeah.
But I won't be living with you, so we're not gonna work that.
What?
What? No, because
Disappointed.
Disappointed.
oh gosh. So I want to give a big shout out to my dad because so my dad is 64 years old, and you guys know the health problems that he's dealt with in the past couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
But my dad decided to take up Tae Kwon Do.
Oh,
All right.
that was a left turn.
Yeah.
Nice.
And he just earned his first belt.
Oh,
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
so he
That's
is
really cool.
so
My
he
dad
is-
decided to take up cage fighting.
he broke a dude's face in. Yeah. No, but yeah, he just got his yellow belt. So it's white and then yellow, and then I think he said orange is next. I don't know the full hierarchy of belts, but
Just
How many
as
is there?
Roy-
Do you
Roy
know how
G.
many
Biv.
there are?
Black's the best. I don't know
Yeah.
anything else besides that.
if I remember, because obviously Tae Kwon Do is different from your traditional karate, which I believe is Kempo karate. If I remember, because I took karate when I was a kid, I think I remember it's white, yellow, orange, green, blue, red, brown, and black.
There's no purple.
There might be a purple belt.
Just throw it in there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen like UFC fighters like win the championship and then they get their black belt, and I was like, wow, is that how hard it is to get your black belt? Does nobody ever get them? I guess because you hear that somebody's a black belt, and like since we've heard that like growing up, like with people like Bruce Lee, you know, or whatever those guys are, you don't really think that it's that like hard of something to attain.
Mhm.
But yeah, no, I think most people that do martial arts probably never attain an actual black belt.
Yeah. Well, one I can think of for sure is Jason David Frank from Power Rangers, because he actually has his black belt. I forget what level black belt he has. He actually owns his own karate dojo
Yeah.
in California. And he was also, for a brief time, he was an MMA fighter as well. And I'm pretty sure he is undefeated in MMA.
I'm pretty sure Steven Seagal has a black belt.
I think he does, but you know, he kind of let
As funny as
himself
that is.
go quite a bit.
That is very funny.
But my dad doesn't listen to the show, but I'm gonna give him a shout out anyway, because that's awesome at 64 years old to be
Yeah.
Heck yeah, dude.
attaining that goal.
Starting
doubt.
something like that.
Yep. So
Congrats.
That's no joke.
it's awesome for sure. And on the gaming front, this is kind of a life/gaming front thing. So Friday, I decided to go out and get me one of these.
What is that you're holding?
Oh, why? Well, the thing that I'm holding is a Nintendo Switch.
Hey,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it the OLED?
It is not, unfortunately.
Oh.
Yeah, that thing's sold out everywhere.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You can't find that. And at that point, I was like, yes, a better screen would be nice, but I don't care that much, especially not for Nintendo games. And half the
Yeah.
time, I mean, I'm really not going to be playing in handheld that much. I may do some, but I mean, most of the time I'm going to be playing it on a screen, like a regular TV screen. So it's really not that big of a deal. And the only other thing that it kind of boasts, if you will, is it actually has the new Switch, the OLED, has a Ethernet port on it. So, and you can buy an adapter for that for the older Switch. So, yeah,
Okay.
I don't care that much. So, but yeah, if I've kind of mentioned it in the past that I actually bought a Switch day one. Like I bought it with Breath of the Wild and stuff, and we ended up needing the money at the time, so I had to sell my Switch. So I was really hoping one day to get another one, and so I'm happy to have it again.
Nice.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. So
What games did you get with it?
I haven't actually bought a game with it. I do have Nintendo Switch Online, so I'm playing
Yeah.
some of the older games
Nice.
on there. Plus, I'm probably going to start playing Pokemon Unite with Watson from the Co-op Trio podcast. So if you're not familiar, Pokemon Unite is a MOBA, which MOBAs are not traditionally my thing.
Definitely not.
So,
Pokemon and MOBA. I'm
yeah.
out.
yeah. So I'm gonna give it a shot. It's free. I didn't have to pay any money for it. So
Okay.
yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, it's a free to play game. So I'll give it a try for sure. So another interesting development, and something I never ever thought I would do, and we're gonna see what happens with it. So I mentioned Watson from the Co-op Trio podcast.
Yeah.
He and I play Splitgate together quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
He plays Splitgate a lot on stream, and I'm usually the one playing with him, and several other guys. So I happen to notice that Splitgate is starting its own esports league starting at the end of the week. Well, technically beginning, so Sunday. And so I sent a link to him, like, "Hey man, this league is starting up." Totally sending it to him, thinking, hey, you can watch it. It's gonna be on stream. You can watch them play some pro Splitgate. And he messages me back. He says, "Hey, you want to join it? You want to do a team? You want to try to qualify?" And I'm
No
like,
way.
No, but okay. So
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Yep.
That's right.
Yep.
Risk it for the biscuit.
Absolutely. So we are attempting to set up a team to try to qualify.
All right.
Cool.
All right.
For,
Cool.
It's called the Splitgate Pro League. I do not foresee us going past the first game, but
Hey,
we'll try it.
I don't like it. I
Hey,
don't like that
I don't like
attitude.
that
I'm not-
attitude. No.
I'm
Shut
not,
that down right now. Turn that frown upside down.
I'm not a complete optimist. I mean, I can be, but
Obviously, you're not. You need to.
I'm not
get with it.
Optimus Prime. But I'm not a negative Nancy either. I'm more of a realist, and it's like these guys, they do this like competitively, like super competitively. Now I know Splitgate's a new category, but
Yeah, don't quit your day job.
yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm keeping the bar low. I'm going to have fun, but I'm going to keep the bar low. And if we don't make it, then we don't make it. At least I did it.
Don't set any goals, and then when you achieve something,
Yeah.
or you don't achieve anything, you're not disappointed.
Right. Yeah. So I don't know that we're going to be on stream because I think they have to select groups to be on stream. I don't know how they're going to work it, but we'll see.
You never know.
Nice.
Well,
That's
the
cool,
first
though.
step is to actually assemble a team. So right now we have 3 out of the 4 that we need. So we need one more player.
Eve.
Yes, we have 3 Eve. So
Splitgate. Assemble.
Yep. So we'll see what happens. I think the qualifiers start at like 3:00 on Sunday, Eastern time. So
All right,
Big
joiners.
time.
You
Big
heard it here
time.
first. Call out for joiners to make the 4th member of the crew.
Tryouts.
Send out your resume.
Time
Tryouts
for tryouts.
start on Saturday.
Goodness. But yeah.
Also, I want to add, as an ode to your dad taking up mixed martial arts, some other celebrities who have black belts.
Okay.
All right. So Chuck Norris, obviously,
Yeah.
is one of them.
Obviously. He
Guy
created
Ritchie.
the black belt.
Guy Ritchie, really?
Guy Ritchie has a black belt.
Okay.
Wesley
director of
Snipes has a black belt.
Oh,
That I'm
definitely.
not surprised
I can see
about.
that.
Joe Rogan.
He's Blade.
Oh, well, I mean, that's true.
Yeah.
Joe Rogan?
Wesley
Okay.
Joe
Snipes,
Rogan.
not Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan's not Blade, just in case those who were confused of the
Okay.
timing.
Joe Rogan's just around the UFC constantly. So I
What is this on? What are you reading this from? Snopes?
this is from
What
the
is this?
internet. It's got to be true.
Yeah. This is from the
100% fact check to prove.
All right. So
Comicbook.com.
Paul Walker, and it actually says that he had a
R.I.P.
brown belt at the time of his passing and was awarded a black belt after.
Posthumously. Nice.
Yes.
All right.
This one is going to kill you guys, I think. Willie Nelson. Who would have thought that he would have taken you to the woodshed, but he would.
All right.
He received
Yeah, to drink some moonshine.
Beat
he
you
received
up
his
again.
black belt
Just can't wait to beat you
days
up
before
again.
his 81st birthday.
Wow.
What? Wow.
Yeah.
I don't know about that.
Smoking
Which I think
weed
was like
and
100
kicking
years
butt.
ago. Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Okay.
Yeah. Buffy
Black belt.
vampire. I mean, you kill enough vampires, you're going to get a belt of some kind.
Yep.
Jean-Claude Van Damme. That one's
That I
less
did know.
than-
Yes.
That one.
Blood
That's
sport himself.
Finally
no-brainer.
making sense over there.
Yeah. Forrest Whitaker.
I don't know anything about that, so he could have that.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Vladimir Putin.
Why am I not surprised?
I feel like he just gave himself
He
one.
bought it.
Yeah, he bought one.
Yeah, he didn't.
All right.
He intimidated people into giving it to him.
I want
Elvis
my belt.
Presley.
That I knew.
Elvis Presley.
I mean,
Yeah.
he's
Like
got that
black
hip
belt.
thrust going.
He
You can
might
turn that
have-
into
yeah,
power.
he might have been.
That's where the core is. If he's
That's-
good at the hip thrust,
yeah,
I mean, that's
Strong core. Strong core.
Strong core. Get
Bet
you a
you my
black
wife
belt.
knew that. She's actually a big Elvis fan.
Get her in here right now.
Let's see here. Sean Connery.
Sean Connery.
Yeah. Yeah.
Steven Seagal. We knew that. This one surprised me. John Cusack.
Okay.
Black belt. How about
I would have
that?
seen Joan Cusack having a black belt. I don't know about John.
And the last one's Mickey Rourke.
I want my belt. I want my belt.
You lose.
That's all. That was
You
that was
lose.
just a quick. That was just a quick internet list that I thought was interesting.
Nice. All right. Thanks
I
for that
believe 95% of that was fake.
one. I give him 50-50. I feel like it's 50-50 in the.
You don't
in
think
the-
Willie Nelson could roundhouse you at 81 years old? Knock you out?
No chance.
Oh my gosh.
You'd be like Yoda with that little lightsaber.
It's like, whoa, he is spry.
Just
Brown
all
sugar
over
and all
everything. Yeah.
Oh gosh. So one more thing on the gaming side of things. Obviously moving the needle, continuing the Retro October, and got to play some. Let's see. I played Banjo Kazooie on Saturday night. So what happened with I was supposed to play Metroid Prime, but the issue is. So the main way I am playing older Nintendo games is through my Wii U, and the version that they have on the Wii U eShop is the Wii Metroid Prime Trilogy.
Oh, that's ugly.
Yeah,
Right
and so the sucky thing about that is that they require you for Wii games to use the freaking Wii remote. And
You're not about that waggle.
I'm not. Thankfully, I mean, I had a Wii remote available, so I set it up. But when I tried to play it, dang near unplayable. And I was
Dang near unplayable. Put it in the box.
like,
Yep.
"Yep, you heard it here first, folks. Almost 20-year-old game." But yeah, so I was like, no, I'm not about that life. I'm gonna tear my hair out on stream. So so I decided to pivot and start playing some Banjo Kazooie, which that was my jam back in the day on the N64. Playing with my buddy Colin in his basement, playing some Banjo Kazooie. So it was a lot of fun revisiting that.
When did that game come out?
Oh gosh, Banjo Kazooie was like 97, 98, something like that.
I felt like that game looked like clean.
Yeah, it really it looked like they made some because I know it got re-released for the Rare Replay collection. So
Yeah, but that
made-
was more of just like a port. I don't
Yeah.
think they did anything with any of those games.
Yeah, I don't know, but it looked clean. It looked
did.
cleaned up.
It did.
So but I mean, it was a lot of. I mean, you could obviously tell somewhat it was an N64 game for sure, but but yeah, I mean, it was a lot of fun jumping back into that and just getting into the swing of things, and it was a lot of fun. So next game will be Star Wars: Knights of the Old Republic tomorrow
Yeah,
night.
KOTOR time, baby.
Okay, so my question is, I saw that this was on your list to play. Are
Yep.
you going to play it only for one night, or are you going to play it for multiple nights? Because this is like a 60-hour game.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not going to have time to play it like multiple days since I have so many games. Like all of these games, I'm not finishing at all.
Did you ever play KOTOR before.
Nope. Well, no.
So this
I
is-
take that back. I played it for all of like 5-10 minutes, and I was like, I don't know about this.
What did you like that? The 5
Was
10
it the-
minutes.
was
That's
it
like
the,
a
fighting
conversation in
mechanic?
your room.
Yeah, that was
the
mainly what it
tutorial.
was. That was
The mechanics.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give it another shot, obviously. So,
Great story.
so
I mean,
we'll
at
see.
this point, you can save it for the remake,
Yeah.
remaster, whatever they're making. That's going to be
remake. It's not a
glorious.
remaster. It's a remake.
No, it's a remake. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm pumped for that.
I'll put it this way: like when I went to buy it the other night, because it's like $9.99 on the Xbox store.
Mm-hmm.
It is the Xbox, the OG Xbox version of it.
Yeah.
So
it's
Oh, yeah.
rough.
so
Heard
it'll be
that.
interesting for sure. But
Get
But
out
yeah.
your sandpaper.
mhm. So yeah, we'll give it a try for sure. So but yeah, we'll see what happens tomorrow night, 10 p.m. Eastern on the
Cool.
GMG Twitch channel, and
Nice.
that is
Sweet.
it for me.
Cool.
Lucas.
All right. Well, on the video game front, it's been somewhat same old. Of course, Hades, and did some co-oping. Did some co-op with Chris and Blaze on Saturday.
What,
and
Hades?
No,
Oh.
played Hades, and then also did some co-op gaming with Chris and Blaze, and we beat Borderlands 2, and
Oh.
that was
Nice.
fine. I've beaten it before, so I knew what I was getting into. Just got in there and killed the old warrior and got out of there. But it was fun. It was good times. And also had some friends over in another city that I used to hang out with a lot when we lived in our former city of Achibaya. They came to visit, 3 guys, good friends of mine. We played some games and hung out. Played some co-op games. Nothing crazy though, or noteworthy. Just a lot of classics and just hanging out with my buddies. But the real fun actually came today. Actually, it started on Saturday a little bit, but then I ran out of time to continue. But on Saturday, I took down 1 baby plat, and then today, I took down 7,
Holy crap.
just to name a few.
Kick it up a notch. Bam.
Jeez. Ah, just
Shazam.
7 today.
Just 7 today.
I finished 12 just now.
And as always, thanks and a shout out to Chris the Canadian Rock, who is a part of this baby plat, I don't know, thing that we're
Extravaganza.
doing, this baby plat racket that we're running. And a shout out to Breakthrough Gaming Arcade, which is the developers for the games that I played today. They're actually a Christian developer. All the games came complete with almost like a message, moral to the story, and a scripture reference. So it was I didn't see it coming. I just loaded up the games and started playing, and then they gave me a scripture and everything. I was like, all right, cool. Give a little teaching with the game. That's fun.
Sweet.
But the game I played on Saturday is called Vera Blank, Ghost in the Castle, and it is a graphic novel that has kind of like 80s comic animation. I really have no idea what happened because it's one of those that I've done before where you can just you can adjust the settings and you can skip everything and just read a guide to make the right decisions to get the platinum. So 15 minutes later, I got the platinum. Honestly, from what I saw, it looks stupid. So 3 out of 10 is what I'm going to give it. 3 out of 10. I don't know. 3 out of 10 ghosts in the castle. And that's all. That's all I'm going to say about that. That one was the least exciting of all of them. But today, I played some bangers. So, Ronnie, I hope you're ready.
I'm so ready for these.
Breakthrough Gaming Arcade brought the titles for these games. Are you ready? The first one is Space.
Ooh,
Space.
that's got to be good.
Now, what do you think this game is all about? Like, just a guess.
The ocean.
Space. It's about killing
It's
aliens.
about a house you have to buy furniture for to fill up the space.
Space.
Everything
gonna
you
be
guys
something
just
weird, I
said
feel like.
is way too complicated. So this is this is way simpler. So the graphics for all of these games by Breakthrough Gaming Arcade are somewhere between Atari and Game Boy. It's black screen with
I'm
white
looking at these right now.
trim. These are like bare minimum.
Like between Atari and Pong.
Yeah, it really is. It's Pong. It's Pong with a little bit of
A Pong
some
with
extra words.
with more shapes.
There's about
Yeah,
12
shapes.
pixels on the screen.
That is correct.
These games. Oh my goodness.
They are ugly. They are not pretty whatsoever. The first one I played, Space, is a Galaga-like shooter, but instead of alien bugs, you have faces. You have mean faces that stay stationary, and you have mean faces that move. And that is all. You shoot them. You shoot the stationary ones, you get points. You shoot the moving ones, you lose. I have no idea why. And after about 15, 20 minutes, I was actually struggling to get this. And I had to take a break because how it worked is you start with like 1,000 timer, and it just counts down really fast, and you have to shoot stuff. You have the moving faces flying back and forth, and you kind of have to like thread the needle and shoot between two. And then once you clear the screen, your gun turns into a rocket, blasts off. And it sounds way cooler than saying it than it actually looked when it did it. But it blasts off, and you go to the next level. And how it works is your time just doubles. So if you finish with 200 left on the time, you start with 400 in the next. And you had to score like 3,500 points. The best I could do was like 1,750. And I played over and over and over again. And I was like, this was supposed to be easy. So I took a break. And then I came back to it. And of course, I looked up how to take it down and the easy way. And I discovered that if you finish the first stage and you put the rocket right next to, like right below the score, when the rocket goes through the score, it gives you a bonus 1,500 points. And then in the next stage, when you do it again, it gives you like a bonus 2,000 points. And then between those two bonuses, you can always get the 3,500 points. So I got the platinum in easily 2 minutes once I checked that out and figured that out. Well, I didn't figure it out once I discovered it on the internet. So with that exploit, I give it a 3.9 out of 10.
Whoa,
3.9?
Yeah, it was very frustrating and ugly.
Okay.
And it got 3.9 because it was easy and it repped the Christians and gave a little I honestly didn't read very much of what it was talking about, but it referenced Ephesians 6 and was talking about like not being two-faced or being like a person of integrity and that kind of stuff. So I think that's where the faces came in. But that's Space. Next one.
I'm going to ask you. It's probably going to ruin your thing because this is all over my searches is baseball.
Oh,
did you play that one?
Spoilers. I'm getting there.
Okay. All right.
Yep. We got baseball's coming up. But first, I need to talk about the next big one, Get to the Top.
Okay.
That is the name of the game. I got to play this one twice.
Is this about laptops?
No, this isn't about laptops.
Okay.
No desktops, no laptops. This is just Get to the Top. And as you can imagine, you play a little stick man, and the point of it is to get to the top. It's that straightforward.
Wow.
But while you're trying to get to the top, there's like these little white marbles flying across the screen randomly. And again, it's not easy. But this time I did my homework before jumping this game, and I found out there's a cheat code. And this is the cheat code. Hold up at the title screen. The end. There's no like up, down, left, right, A, B, start. It's hold up. Start the game. You're invincible.
This game sounds amazing.
You're invincible. And then you can just jump up the platforms. The end. You don't even have to press the jump button. You can hold the jump button down and you automatically jump up the platforms. You just have to direct the stick man. And then once I did it the first time and the platinum didn't pop. It didn't plop. And I was like, what is going on? I've done all the levels. And then I found out I had to die. So I had to turn off the invincibility and then die. And then I got the platinum. So I gave that one a 5 out of 10. It was very enjoyable because I got the code right at the beginning. The next two are kind of the same, Baseball and Baseball Challenge Mode Edition. Again, this was kind of tough. You play an outfielder and the ball comes from the right of the screen and it comes in all kinds of different directions. Sometimes it's like a little lob. Sometimes it does a loop-de-loop in the midair and then it falls to the ground like a wiffle ball. You have to predict where it's going to land. And sometimes it comes really slow. Sometimes it comes really fast. But again, if you do your homework, it's not that bad. So I found a YouTube video that that points to the order, because with just baseball, it does the same like 15, 20 order, like the order of how the balls land is the same every time. So I watched a video where they like pointed to the spots that it would be, and I just followed it and got it really fast. The second one is
hold on, wait. While we're talking about baseball, I just did a quick search about this Breakthrough Games baseball game, and the title to this is 40-second platinum.
That is correct. That is correct. If you have the video, if you know where it's going to land, it's less than a minute.
It's like really green arrows. This is where it's landing. This is where it's landing.
Yeah, this is where it's landing. Here. Now go here.
$1 platinum.
I'm waiting for one of the titles of these games to be Ball in a Cup.
That sounds
This is basically what this one is.
It's easy as putting really ball in a cup.
Well, not only is it a baseball game, the dude's holding the glove
mitt,
the way your coach taught you not to hold it.
Oops.
Instead of holding it up above his head where you're supposed to catch it, he's holding it like, like a bucket,
a bread basket.
Basket, like he's catching apples. Yeah. And I remember my coach telling me when I played the outfield, don't do that. That is not a secure way to catch a ball. And that's all he's doing is this outfielder. It has to be right field.
It's messed up.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so with the challenge edition, the balls fly at you more randomly. There's no good order. But there again is a cheat code. And the cheat code is hold left at the title screen. That is all. And then once you do that, the balls fly so slowly, it takes 3 minutes to get the platinum, because they're just like, doot, 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 doot. It's almost like those little tiger handheld games back in the day where it would be like, bing, bing.
I don't even know why you do this to yourself.
How does a game ever get released and not have a platinum if you're able to get one in 40 seconds?
I know, right? They all should have platinums. So then crazy people like me can earn them, quote unquote, earn them.
Please tell me you played skateboarding.
I haven't played that one yet.
Oh, okay.
But it's on the list.
Looking at all these games. There
are so many crazy ones.
Stickmen and lines.
Yeah,
that's all it is.
Yep. But yeah, so I'm now at the point where I'm ready to get platinum number 275, and I'm actually going to get a real platinum for platinum number 275, which is going to be Ghost of Tsushima. So nice. I have that one lined up. I'm going to be working on that game over the next few weeks, and from there I'll return back to the old Breakthrough Gaming Arcade and probably play skateboarding, play Space 2. There's a sequel, and some others. So it should be fun.
I feel like you playing those games on your PS4 is like trying to drive like an off-road vehicle, like with huge mud tires on it, down the street for a jug of milk.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is. It's good times. It's fun. It's part of the experience. Who wants to like just drive normally or walk to the store? Boring. Get that monster truck going. Woo! So yeah. So those are the baby plats I earned this week. In real life, I am like 95% healthy, not sick anymore. I have, Patrick got rid of his cough in a week. I've like gone back and forth. Like some days I feel really good, and then my family gets home and I start hacking up a lung. I told him one day that I think I'm allergic to him. I don't know what it is. Something's in the water. But overall, I'm feeling pretty good. Had some mission conferences last week. Got to hang out and hear from, lots of missionaries and pastors in churches across the globe, Africa, Europe, Asia, the US. It was really great. And then today, the day that I got the 7 platinums, I also stumbled upon in my wanderings a YouTube channel called Netflix is a Joke. I don't know if you guys have heard of this.
I have heard of it.
It's a magical place where they have made movies by feeding a computer information on different genres of movies. And pretty much these movies are made by bots. They're not man-made movies. They took a computer and they fed it like every horror film synopsis and like made them watch them all. And then they said, make a movie based on what you've watched. And these like 4 to 5 minute movies are pretty much movies on the level of Tommy Wiseau. They are crazy, hilarious, and nonsensical. And I laughed so hard at these movies. There are 5 of them. There's a horror film called Mr. Puzzles Wants You to Be Less Alive. There's a romantic comedy, A Tale of Tailors, a holiday comedy, Carol's Christmas Carol Fit Carol for Carol, A Woman Named Carol, a stoner movie, Cheese and Chonk Smoke a City Safe, and then there's a stand-up comedy routine. And I can't tell you how magical these were. Like, these were so entertaining. I really recommend you check them out. They're really hard to explain, but like, yeah, they're just crazy. Like, at one point in the horror film, the woman is about to be, she pretty much is like a knockoff of Saw, and she's about to be like, she's given her first puzzle and she fails, and so then the second question is asked, and the lady's like, I don't know. She's asked, what is it? She's asked to pick which house turns into a hostel on a fully moon. And she responds, I don't know houses. I'm a virgin. My dad will pay you not to kill me. My mom might not. And all of it's like super monotone and super nonsensical. They hit all these tropes. I don't know. You guys just got to check them out. They're really funny. But right. Yeah. So
I queued it up.
Yeah. I mean, these are so like chock full of funny moments that I'd almost want to do a spoiler cast about these movies because they are ridiculously funny. So anyways,
okay.
But they brought me joy, just, randomly, like out of nowhere. I wasn't expecting it.
I'm looking at the thumbnail for the first horror movie written entirely by bots. It's just this guy, and it's quoted, I want you to be less alive.
That is correct. Yeah, that's Mr. Puzzles. He wants you to be less alive. Yeah. So speaking of what gives me joy, our topic today is the best cereals. Cereal is our topic, and I hope you guys are ready to talk about it because cereal's the best.
Mm-hmm. We're super cereal.
Mm-hmm. That's right. That's right, folks. That's right, Tokes. That's right, Tokes. Folks. That's right, Tokes. We are talking about the best cereals, classic cereals, maybe peppering it with a little bit of our least favorite cereals as well. But
you're just saying that because you brought your least favorite cereals.
I mean, I brought so many lists with me. I am like so prepared because let's give you some context. For those who don't know, I live in Brazil. We have like 5 types of cereal, and 2 of them are just trash. And then the other 2 are fine. And then I'm so sick of the one that I like that it's just it's basic. Like,
the worst part is that you grew up in the United States, so
yeah.
All the
I know
magic.
what I'm missing. Exactly.
Yeah.
It makes me sad. So I think I mean, how do you guys want to start? Do you want to start with like the best of the best? Do you want to like just start throwing out our favorites? Just hit it on the high note. Start with some joy.
We each want to go around and give one cereal that is on our top list.
So
let's do it.
The 3 of you need to hash this out.
That's true.
The 3 of you, because
oh no,
Marc's the buzzkill.
Yeah, I do not like cereal.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I was wondering why you tried to sneak the other breakfast foods in.
Yeah.
Can we also talk about waffles?
Yep.
Well, I'm gonna ride this Marc train right now and talk about crappy cereals.
All right, yeah.
I'll tell you what, man.
I'll tell you what, man.
Anything with the word bran in it is trash.
It's good for your digestive system.
I don't care how good it is for you, Marc. It is trash.
Like bran flakes, raisin bran.
If you say you put raisins in your cereal, get out of here.
Not only is it bad because of bran, it's bad because once that milk hits those raisins, they become rocks.
You're just like you're chewing it like it's gum. It's like I don't want to chew my
like
cereal.
20-year-old gum It's awful.
The only
Oh,
time
what-
I can eat raisins is in like a trail mix with a lot of
Oh
other
yeah,
good stuff.
You put
That's
the
it.
trail mix. Yeah,
I don't
That's
do
fine.
raisins either. I can't stand. I can't do raisins. Yeah,
Fair
I
enough.
mean,
What else don't you like, Mark? Jeez.
love and kindness and unicorns. Yeah,
They have unicorn cereal.
do they?
Really?
Of course they do.
Yeah.
No,
I don't know if
Unicorn
they do.
O's.
I
They
just
have
assume
everything.
they do somewhere. They do.
I have made
Yeah.
so many attempts to try to like cereal. And
What
it
is
just,
it about cereal that you don't
Yeah,
like?
I
Like
don't know.
whether it's milk or dry, either way, you don't like it.
Yeah, either way. I just don't like the
doesn't-
taste of any of them.
Like honey nut
But there's-
Cheerios.
Their taste
dry,
is so
you don't
varied.
just
I
like-
don't understand how you say you don't like the taste of them. They cover the gamut of the palate.
They don't
So-
cover enough of the gamut of the palate.
Yes, they do. You just
No.
haven't had enough.
I
like the
disagree with you.
Frosted mini
sincerely.
wheats. Hey, here's a bunch of sugar that is on wicker.
I'm going to
Here.
start out with a cereal, Mark, that I feel like it's impossible to not like.
Huh.
Ooh.
Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Guess
I knew
what?
you were going to say
Man, that is on my top 5.
Now, you want to talk about a good cereal? What a delight!
that. Also
Mm.
on my top 5.
Yeah, that
Toast
cinnamon
Crunch
milk
is
afterwards.
amazing.
Ooh.
Oh, it's so tasty.
Guess who has 2 thumbs and doesn't like
Do
it?
you do you
Oh,
know
man.
they're like what they're like
How
cinnamon
dare
toast
you,
crunch?
sir.
You know what? We can do it better. How about French toast crunch? You ever had that?
I don't think
my
I've ever had that. Is it
Oh
awesome?
my gosh!
Yep.
Oh my gosh!
See, I'm
Yeah,
not
I
a
think
big
I've had
French
that.
toast guy, so I wouldn't have naturally picked it.
See,
Ooh,
you know what? You know what I
man,
really
my-
like? French
Syrup.
toast. The actual French toast.
All right, I'll give it
Cereal
to you there.
probably
I
tastes
will give
exactly
it to you
like
there. Mm.
No,
I like
You know-
this. I like the cousin to cinnamon toast crunch, the golden grams.
The Golden
Mm,
Grams. That is a good
Golden
cereal.
grams are good.
You
Golden
throw
grams are good.
sugar on any cereal, and I'm gonna like it. The
Yeah.
sugar.
I mean,
it
sugar is the
is-
basis of cereal.
Yes,
good cereal.
Yeah. Once I was introduced to sugar in cereal, I'm like, I don't want corn flakes. Give me frosted flakes. I don't want regular flakes. I want all the sugar on it.
It's pretty much like regular Cheerios. You ever have just regular Cheerios?
Yeah,
They
and
taste
I-
like
and I-
nothing.
And I sprinkle sugar on it. A lot
Yeah.
of sugar.
That is where it's at.
That's how you do it.
The only one. I think this is a cereal. I can't remember if they
I
did this
think
or
it's
not.
cereal.
Didn't they do something with cereal with Chex?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, they did.
That's
It's
the
like
only thing because I like Chex
Is
Mix.
that life? I mean, there's Chex Mix, but
Life
isn't there?
is-
Have you had
Life-
Life cereal? Life cereal's good. I think Life cereal is a classic.
Life is good for whether it's dry or
Cinnamon
with milk.
Life.
I think
Yeah.
it's good like a snack.
It's good.
I can't do milk either.
Mark, there is a wheat Chex cereal,
Okay, that I could conceivably
which sounds
Dude.
horrible.
because I like Chex Mix. So, but
Do you like Crispix?
that I don't know if I've had it or not.
It's like the corn and rice Chex in one.
Okay, because I don't really care for corn pops. And is that the same thing?
No, definitely not.
No,
Okay,
it's
definitely not.
so Crispix is just like Chex. It's like except it's one side is like the regular Chex and the other one's the rice Chex. It's all
Okay.
it's like
Yeah.
two-sided.
Okay, so in
Yeah.
theory, I may like those.
All right. So there's
Okay.
hope. There's
All
hope.
right.
Now,
Okay.
I know
Okay.
some of my favorites. I doubt Mark would either he doesn't like or he wouldn't give it the time of day. My
The
favorite of
Twinkies
favorites
cereal.
is Lucky Charms.
Oh,
They're magically delicious with the
I do
marshmallows.
love Lucky
Mwah.
Charms,
Mwah.
man. I love the Lucky Charms.
Lucky Charms are amazing.
You're gonna
Oh,
hate me when I tell you
only
this.
marshmallows.
No, I'm not going to hate you. It's more for me.
Oh, man, that would be-
All right. Yeah, I
That
mean,
would
you
be
can
awesome.
enjoy the heck out of it. That's your life.
It's more for me. It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't. You're gonna be mad when I say this. I don't like marshmallows either. So
Okay.
Lucky Charms.
Well, the good news is I
mean,
don't think they're
fair
real
enough.
marshmallows.
yeah.
That's right. I believe that to be very true. Either that or they're so like they're treated to the point of where their molecular structure has changed.
Yeah, they're not the same.
to where
They're
they
not the
used to
same.
be marshmallows, but now they've treated them so much with so many whatever preservative chemicals that they're
They're
no
farshmallows.
longer- Yeah, pretty much. They're faux mellows.
Yep.
Dude, what
Yeah.
I like about Lucky Charms is you got almost every single bite you got that marshmallow in there.
Yeah.
You got that
Yeah.
sugary
Oh, you
taste
gotta.
in there.
And I love the almost like the planning ahead, the math. Like I don't
Yes.
always prep for stuff in life, but for Lucky Charms, I'm always watching. Okay, what is my ratio here?
If you
Because
have
if I get
like
down to where I
an-
just have the grain part, forget
exactly
about it. I
you
gotta
don't want
pour
an
more.
entire layer of it.
No,
You're like, well, I'm done with my cereal then.
yeah, I'm just gonna throw this out. Now, my wife loves Lucky Charms, but she cannot stand the newspaper water afterwards. Where do you guys
Oh,
stand
I
with
love
the
that.
newspaper water? I know, right?
What?
I go, yeah. I will say that the
So what
milk
does she
has
do
to
with
be super cold. She just
Throw it
dumps
away?
it.
Throw it away?
What?
Sometimes she gives it to me. Sometimes she dumps it.
Hmm.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta.
That's like a fine.
Did you know there was a C3PO cereal in 1984?
C3POs?
Okay.
That makes sense.
I mean, it
Anything
does.
with those.
His name does sound like a cereal.
C3PO.
Another good one, the Captain Crunches, mainly the peanut butter
Man, I love
peanut
the
butter
Captain
crunch.
I do
Love
love.
peanut butter
I love
Captain
the
Crunch.
standard Captain Crunch, man.
and
Like,
standard berry. I
Crunch
love the berry one
ties.
too.
it does tear you apart, though. Like you are just
You gotta-
banged up after a bowl of Captain
You
Crunch.
do got to let it sit in the milk a little bit
You do
because
Yeah, you
it
do.
will.
If you
it
eat
will
it right
cut
away.
you. It's
Yeah,
like
if
glass.
if you
Right
eat
at
it
the
right
beginning.
away, it's like eating rocks.
What
No,
did
you
I
know it's
pour,
like
a bowl
rocks,
of jawbreakers?
Have you had grape nuts?
Yeah,
Which is not grapes, nor is it nuts. It is
it
rocks.
has nothing to do with either of those things.
It has nothing to do with either. It doesn't take. I remember when I was a kid, I got
That
that out
is
thinking it
better
would taste
if you
like
leave it
grapes
sit for a while, though.
for a day,
It's
for a week.
It's got to be like an hour. Yeah, it's got to be a while.
What are you doing? I'm prepping for breakfast next
This
week.
is for tomorrow morning.
Yeah. What's this jar of stuff with milk? I'm like, oh, that's grape nuts for next week. I'm
They're
gonna,
softening.
I'm
They're
gonna tear that
softening.
up. They're softening right now. Oh man. Yeah.
I don't think I've ever had grape nuts.
Oh
Really?
gosh. Never.
Honestly, when you pour them into the bowl, it just goes to the bottom of the milk. You can't even see it. It's just
like
like
whatever.
grain.
It's true.
I
It's
see
true.
just
the
grain, really.
I've seen the box.
Wait,
I'm like, those
do
don't
you
look
do
like
the-
grape or nuts. I don't know what I'm looking at, so I never even tried it.
Ronnie, do you do the milk first or do you do the cereal first?
I don't know that I have a definite way. I think the cereal first makes more sense.
It
Yeah,
does.
I feel like you'd get a lot of splash damage if you tried to.
So I've done it's always cereal first and then
Yeah.
milk on top of it.
That makes sense.
Now sometimes I'm getting a little excited and I need another bowl.
Yeah.
And I pour that cereal on top of the milk. It is not the same at all.
Oh,
No, it's
no,
not.
it's really
It's
not.
There's
not
a whole
even
bunch
close.
on the top
You
that
just-
hasn't even touched
You
milk
need to
yet.
start over. You need to start
Start
over
over.
and get a new bowl.
You like put it back in the box and then
Here's-
it's all soggy.
Here's the way
It's
it's
never
going
the
to blow
same,
your
but we
mind.
do it every time.
Do it at the same time.
I've done that before. I
That'd
thought
be
that's where
rough.
you were going, Patrick, when you're like, I get so crazy. I'm
What do you mean,
I'm
like
just gonna
one in
have it
each hand
dump
and
it
you
in the
just?
Yep.
thing. Yeah.
Oh, that seems like a disaster.
I mean, that's dangerous. That is very dangerous because you got to get your ratios right.
You ever
don't
just get like a
wanna
big
overdo the milk.
oversized bowl for your cereal and you just load it up?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That way you
I
don't
mean,
have to
I
go.
used
Well,
to.
sometimes you got to be
I'm
careful
not
though.
used to.
Because if you load it up and
Not anymore.
you pour heavy on the milk, that milk just goes everywhere.
Oh yeah,
That's
displacement.
true. That is true.
Yeah. Now there's some cereals like another cereal that I used to really like. I don't know if I would still like it, but when it first came out, it was magical. Rice Krispie Treats cereal. Forget Rice Krispie cereal.
Yeah.
That's
You know
whatever.
what? Give me
That's-
a dessert and throw it in a bowl
Exactly.
and call it breakfast.
Exactly. I loved that. I haven't had it
You
in
know
a
what?
really long time.
I had it
They
as an
still make it?
adult and I did not
It melted
care
really
for it.
fast.
I think
Yeah.
they do still make it.
Oh,
It dissolves really fast. Like
It's
that's
not as
like
good as
a-
an adult, I didn't think.
Ooh.
No, I believe it.
It was better
You
when
gotta,
I was a kid.
You got to eat it within 3 minutes.
Speaking of dissolving
do.
really fast, one of my top 5 is Fruity Pebbles.
Yes, I
If
knew
you-
you were gonna
Not
mention the
Cocoa Pebbles, Fruity Pebbles.
No, Fruity
I love-
Pebbles.
I love them both.
You put that in there and you have to eat it within 14 seconds or it's
Oh, that is
garbage.
correct. Or
It's delightful. Even though
It
it's
is
soggy, it's
mush.
still great.
It's mush. You're eating yogurt afterwards.
It does. It turns into porridge.
I shouldn't.
It's oatmeal.
I shouldn't be sweating bullets trying to finish my breakfast.
I mean, now,
No,
so
Gotta
Fruity
hurry.
Pebbles is one of those rare occasions where I can put it on top of the milk afterwards because if it's on top of the milk, it won't get soggy as fast.
You have to
Right,
press it
right.
down though. I feel like it needs to be a little
You do.
soggy. Like there's a There's
You
a
got dunked it.
zone where it's really
a 14
good.
second zone.
It is slight, but it is a zone.
Yeah, it's kind of like when I tell my kids, like when they flush the toilet and they don't do it right, I'm like, you got to sing the birthday song and hold the button down until you finish. And the same is true with Pebbles. You got to sing the birthday song, and if you finish the birthday song and you haven't eaten all those Pebbles, it's gonna be porridge.
You might want to get your toilet checked because the happy birthday song takes a while.
This should be happy. All right, I'm done.
No, that's not how it works. Here,
Oh, well, that sucks.
Yeah.
Goodness.
When
I don't know what cereal I thought was awesome as a kid.
Toilets.
Have you guys ever had
toilets.
Cookie Crisp?
Yes,
So I thought that was awesome as a kid, and as an
I dug
adult,
those.
not as much.
Not as good. I mean, it's cookies.
I
Again,
think it's changed. I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure
it's not.
changed.
It's not. It's like a wafer. Now
Yeah.
it's not a cookie.
Okay, gotcha.
If they were actual chocolate chip cookies, it would be awesome.
You know what? I like when cereals come together and they make like one
Hybrid.
powerful cereal. Like I said, I am all about the sugar. And Fruity Pebbles came out with a cereal that combined with the goodness of Lucky Charms. So they're like, hey, how about your sugary cereal? Oh, Siri's trying to talk to me.
What is happening?
Sure, he wants to chime in.
Yeah.
Fruity Pebbles plus the marshmallowness of Lucky Charms. It was the sugariest, best cereal I probably have ever tasted. And it was only for limited time. And I cannot find it anywhere now. And I
Really?
should have bought like 16 bags of them.
They'd be gone by now,
Stocked
anyways.
up.
I should
They
have.
would.
Yeah, no, right. I would have
would.
had them in like 16 days. A box a
Yeah.
day.
It's true. It's true. I want to say the last time. I'm gonna be honest, Patrick. I want to say that I tried that Lucky Charms. Was it mixed with Fruity Pebbles? I know it was fruity, but I
Fruity
didn't.
Pebbles and Lucky Charms. I'm going to look it up right now.
You look it up,
And I'm going to buy a box right now.
Live on the air.
Gross.
Click one click shopping.
Oh, if I go to Walmart right now, $43.
No, are you serious?
This says $43.
Is that for like a drum of it?
And the box is from 1996.
No, it's
Gonna
new.
dust it off.
Wow.
Hold on. Amazon has a 2-pack for looks like
Is this like a rare cereal? Is that what's
$13 for 2 of them? That's pretty pricey, but I would.
That's
pay for it.
reasonable though.
That is pricey. Dang. But anyways, so I have to say I'm pretty much a purist when it comes to Lucky Charms. I like the basic taste of the grainy part, and then with the marshmallow sweetness. My mother-in-law brought us some of them fruity Lucky Charms. I rejected them after the first bowl. I was like, what is this? This is not right. I'm going to be honest and say that overall, I don't like the fruity cereals. Like Trix, not a fan. Fruit Loops, nope. The fake.
Oh,
fruit
I like
taste,
Fruit Loops.
I'm not a big fan of it.
You don't like
So,
Trix either?
Not really.
That's because they're for kids.
I mean, Tricks are for kids.
Walked right into that one, didn't
Silly
you?
rabbit. I did. You're right. I did. Good call. Good call. I'm a
The
rabbit.
tricks have changed since we were kids, though. I bought some not that long ago, and they are it's just completely different. I feel like it's a different cereal than what it was when we were kids.
It's. I mean, I'm sure they changed the.
It's not
the
that good,
recipe
though.
at some point.
It's not that good. It is for
I
kids.
don't doubt it. All right. Our joiners, of course, had
Yeah, let's hear
some
some of these
contributions to make. They have some cereals of their own. Maybe we'll refresh our memories for some other cereals
Like
that we
that
like.
they homemade.
Yep, they made it themselves. Spacehawk 91. Reese's Puffs is my favorite, and anything with raisins is my least favorite.
There you go.
For our own
Yep.
heart.
Okay, we would get along
I
well. I
think-
have Reese's Puffs on my list.
I think the most of the cereal we buy is the Reese's.
You could put
100%.
Reese's in anything, and
The
it would be
kids are
good.
like, "Hey, I want a snack," and they just grab the Reese's Puffs.
I want to say I missed this one somehow, and I've never had it, and I.
Oh, when you come back, you're gonna have to
It's
get
a
it.
Reese
You're
cup
gonna have
or
to get
breakfast.
Can,
Yeah.
It's
Can we-
free.
Come on.
can we stop
Come
for a
on.
second because I just need to address a pet peeve of mine.
Oh no.
So it's Reese's. It belongs to Mr. Reese.
Reese's Puffs.
It's Reese's Puffs. It's
Re-
not.
what-
It's not Reese's.
I don't hear the difference. Reese's Puffs.
Well, then you
That's all
sir
I said.
need psychological help.
It's a soft E.
Yeah, it's Reese's.
Oh, fine. Reese's Puffs. I
Yep.
stand corrected.
It's Reese's for
Puffs.
breakfast. Yes.
Perfect. Nailed it.
I knew it. All right. Reese's. Reese's?
Reese's.
Is that right?
What is Reese's Pieces?
It's a Reese. It's a Reese
Reese's.
cup.
It's Reese's
Reese
Pieces.
cup.
It's
No,
Reese's
it's
Pieces.
definitely Reese's peanut
Reese's
butter cup.
Pieces.
It is not Reese's Pieces.
Reese's cup. I don't
Oh
know what
my
you're talking
gosh.
about. Mark, you're not speaking my language.
Apparently not.
He doesn't hear the
No
difference.
habla español. I mean,
Dude, that's the ultimate argument enter right there when you say two different things and like, I don't hear the difference. It's over. There's nowhere to go from there.
do you need a hearing aid?
Caleb also said he typically eats his cereal with milk,
Okay.
Yeah.
which is, I mean, that's the traditional way. But there are some cereals that are very versatile and you can eat without milk. I think Patrick mentioned one of those earlier, frosted
Honey-
mini wheats.
Honey Nut Cheerios. I think
Honey
is
Nut
better.
Cheerios.
I think
That's a
it's
big
better
one
as a
with
snack.
kids too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. But man, with sweaty hands and like,
You
when
can
it's-
just-
No,
so
you
they're
gotta
stuck
put
to
it. You gotta
everything,
put it in
dude.
a cup. You gotta put it in a cup and just
Yeah.
like drink it.
yeah, drink it. It's gonna be a real dry
You
drink.
can't be putting your hands on the Honey Nut Cheerios. That's gonna be horrible.
But sometimes you just got to eat it out of the box and just
Stick your hand in there. You'd have a
just
glove
stick
coming
your
out.
hands in there.
They're stuck to your hands.
Honey Nut glove.
Yeah, honey nut glove.
All right. You done messed up. Ron said, I'm not really a cereal guy. There you go, Mark. You're not alone. If I'm going to eat breakfast food, I like the full Monty waffles / French toast / sausage / eggs combo. But one of my favorite cereals was and still is Cinnamon Toast Crunch, which I sometimes still
Yeah.
eat dry as a snack.
Yeah.
Second was
That is a good one.
Frosted Flakes, which I eat with milk. Also,
Yep.
I have a question for anyone for anyone who actually likes regular Cheerios and doesn't add anything to them. Why do you
Yeah.
hate fun so much?
There is
So,
no way people.
The
still
only
eat those.
time I eat regular Cheerios is when I'm trying not to throw up. Like it's like
I don't-
it's like
I
you
don't
know
want to
like
throw
where
up. Give me some regular
you-
Cheerios.
like you get sick and you're like I don't know if I can hold anything down. You have Cheerios.
I'd rather eat saltine crackers than like something with seasoning, like with salt
There's
on
just no flavor.
This is like I just need
There's
sustenance.
nothing.
There's
There's nothing.
I
it.
just
Need
imagine.
roughage, flavorless.
I just imagine Pat has like one of those like fire extinguisher glass containers in his house with a box of Cheerios in
Breaks
it.
Yeah.
into it when he's hungover.
Break in case of nausea.
Break
Well,
with nausea.
I think Cheerios, the regular Cheerios, just the smell of it gives me nausea. I'm like, what does that stink?
Ugh.
It's like,
Yeah,
oh,
it doesn't
Clark's
even
having
smell good.
Cheerios.
It does
Ugh.
smell like old people.
Now with Ben Gay.
What is this, mothballs? Bengay? No, it's Cheerios.
Oh no, it's Cheerios. Just regular. Wait, with no
Smells
honey
like a nursing home. What is this?
Bran Flakes is the same way. It's got that musty
What's
smell
it-
to it.
What's the special
He did-
toy inside? It's tennis balls for your walker.
It's a, it's a
Collect all
collapsible
four.
walker. You just pull it out. It's a cardboard one.
It's like denture tablets that you put in water to clean this. Like, oh, I got
Craft
another
on the
one.
back of the box.
That's the cereal they had before there was anything else that was good.
That's why they
I
made.
Can't believe they
Honey Nut
still sell
Cheerios.
them.
Cheerios
Yeah.
made in 1908.
Yeah.
You know
The main-
everybody's grandmas are buying
The
that. Though.
aughts.
Yeah. The main reason they added a B to that is because you'd rather get stung by it than eat the cereal itself.
Yeah. He did mention though Frosted Flakes in there, and I will bow down to the greatness of Frosted Flakes all the time.
They're great.
I love Frosted Flakes.
You do have to eat those quickly, not as quickly as Pebbles.
I like them a
but
little soggy
Yeah.
though.
They're
Do you?
okay either way. I think.
See-
Yeah,
I like them a little soggy.
I think the
I do
Frosted
not.
Flakes can get a little soggy, and they still.
I need them
taste
to be
good.
al
You can't-
dente.
I think there's more of like a minute.
The sugary milk is
time
delicious
frame.
after that.
But
for the
once
Frosted Flakes.
you can't argue that once the sugar dissolves off because of the milk, that's when it's gone too far.
It's not
Oh,
as good. It's definitely not as good.
But
When
then
you
that's
pick it
when you
up,
drink the
it's-
milk at the end of the bowl.
and you slurp it and you get it to your teeth and like just just drink the milk out of it and just toss the rest of
Drink
it.
the
'cause it's no
sugar
good.
flavored milk.
You're no good to me anymore. You're not coated in sugar.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry. Isaac Alistic, a man after my own heart. Love me some Cocoa Pebbles with white milk is the best. I generally like chocolate cereals because they turn my milk to chocolate milk. Now I need to go eat a bowl. Amen
Double
to
threat.
that.
Wait, hold on a second. Did he say he has his cereal with white milk?
Yeah.
Has anybody used non-white milk?
Do people
in
use
their
chocolate
cereal?
milk?
I
Or
was trying
strawberry
to
milk?
think if
I've used
that's-
almond milk
That's
before.
that's serial killer stuff. Pun intended.
Uh,
using strawberry milk in your cereal.
Oh, you're
I
a
don't-
monster.
I don't
That's
know what that
twisted.
means.
You're a monster.
You're a monster.
How does that even work? Like that's too many flavor
What does
profiles.
almond milk
That-
taste like with your cereal?
It's not that much of a difference, really. It's not as
Really?
good. I like regular, like
A lack of joy.
straight white 2% milk. Like
Mhm.
is
Yeah.
just the best.
Now,
Um,
what is everyone's go-to milk? Is it the 1%,
That's 2 for me.
2%?
That's not thick enough. I need 2%
two?
vitamin D.
I could drink
Uh,
1% milk, but honestly, I did drink 1% until Elizabeth moved in, and she's like, "No, we're not drinking that. Like, we're drinking 2%." I was
There
like,
you go.
"We should get married."
Marry me right now.
No, they sold 2% milk anymore. I thought
You
it went
drink-
1 to D.
No,
you
no,
drink
man,
one
it's still
percent
there.
because you think you're fat because you could totally drink 2%.
You could drink whole milk.
But there's no putting skim milk in cereal. That is a crime. Like
That
that's
is a
federal. That's federal prison.
You
Skim
think
milk
skim
is a
milk-
crime in itself.
Yeah,
I feel
it really
like.
is. I mean, you might as well just put water in it, which my
It's
like
stepmom
powdered
still,
water.
my stepmom still tells stories about when they didn't have milk, she would put water in her cereal. I'm like,
Ugh.
You can't even.
those are tough
Gotta
times.
throw that out.
Yeah, just eat it dry.
Dry, right?
Not worth it,
I would
yeah.
not want to water it down with water.
You don't even want it dry if you have a
Water
glass of
down
water
with
to
water.
drink.
That's how that works.
Yeah, that's exactly how
You're
it
watering
works.
down your cereal with water. Oh man. Corey Fouch, aka Smith. Cinnamon Toast Crunch is my favorite, always with milk.
Mhm.
Frosted shredded wheat. I'll eat dry with a cup of milk as a snack. I don't know if there's a cereal
Hold
that
on.
I'd not
Frosted shredded.
What
wheat?
is it? Is he likes the big
the
like
big huge
one block
ones,
bowl-sized
the
ones?
hand size, yeah,
Or
the hand
is
size
it
ones. It's
that
like
you have to
it's like a-
break like bread
it's like a
into
cereal
a bowl.
burrito. Yep.
If I could
You have
grate my
you have to
cheese
work
with
those
this,
down with
you
your
know.
spoon first before you can even manage them.
Where's the hammer? How do you get the hammer? I need to break
hammer
this
out.
down into
Well,
the mini wheats.
But you know what? Dipping those in milk, really good.
What the
Yeah, I
big,
believe
big,
it.
huge like
Yeah, the big
Hot
huge
Pocket
one.
sized?
Yeah, just dip it in milk.
The problem is, once
Mm.
the milk all like goes down your throat, then you're just left with this dry wheat that you can't even get down.
it's wicker. It's not
It's like a wicker. It's like eating a wicker
It
chair.
really is a
exactly.
wicker cereal. Now that I think about it, I still like it though. It's a classic. I'm with you, Corey.
They got to be the mini
Uh,
ones if I'm gonna eat it.
yeah, mini 100%.
Yeah, the minis is the way to go. I didn't even
And-
know actually the mini ones were the first one I had. I didn't know the big ones existed till I accidentally bought them back,
No way.
back in the day.
Only
And I
three
go
in
to-
here? What
I
is
go to-
this?
These are giant.
You go to pour it in your bowl, and it's just like dunk, dunk. Like you only have room for 3 in the bowl. It's like what's going on? Did I
Now,
shrink?
how do you-
Am I like? Did I? What happened?
How do you eat your mini wheats? When I eat mine, I make sure that the frosted is on the bottom, so the frosted hits my tongue first. Do you do it that
Oh,
way?
yeah.
Do you do
The
do you
frosted
do
has
that
to hit
math
your
when
tongue.
you're doing it?
Mine have to be completely
for sure.
submerged for a while before I can even eat them.
Really?
If they're
But you
outside the
submerge
water,
them
I
too
wait.
long.
Yeah, for sure.
The frosted,
Those need
the frosted falls off. You don't want to do
Those need to
that.
wait.
That's like frosted mini wheats or frosted
Yeah, but I
flakes.
mean,
You can't do
they
it
got to
too
be at
long.
least submerged for a little while beforehand.
Yeah,
I would
It is.
rather wait too long than get a dry one off the top.
yeah. You always go after the ones that are already submerged.
go after him like you're hunting.
Yeah, it's like I'm gonna do this one's mine.
It is a little game. Like, oh boy.
Playing
Little jackpot
Pat,
down here.
you.
Pat the bounty hunter. Okay.
This is a game of strategy.
Oh, geez. But Corey did say, I don't know if there's a cereal that I'd not eat, honestly. All cereals are good, either the way they come or adding sugar to it, like Cheerios or the various Chex cereals. Listen, if you have to add granular sugar and sprinkle that on there, it's no good. Not worth your time.
Not even real.
They already do it for you. You don't have to do it. It's like unsweetened tea at a restaurant. If you have sweet tea, why would I get unsweetened tea and sweeten it myself?
You know,
just,
give me the garbage tea. Thanks. Yeah.
Garbage tea. I'll just have water. Forget it.
I know, right? Just drink water.
Just water. I don't want your unsweetened tea.
I don't want that brown water.
Gosh. Isaac Allistic doubled up. He said, truth to the Cheerios part, though, and same to plain old bran flakes. Like, why? We just got to keep putting on the bran flake. Why?
There's so many options to be choosing that garbage.
But why? Why? Just got to ask yourself. Chris the Rock, my fave is probably Fruit Loops. Sorry for my comment earlier, Chris, about not liking the fruity cereals.
I still like the Fruit Loops.
I think Fruit Loops is more of like the middle of the road kind of thing.
I can handle them dry. I don't like
what about
Fruit
Apple
Loops?
Jacks?
Fruit Loops are
I can
better
do
than
Apple
Apple
Jacks.
Jacks, I think.
Yeah.
Apparently, they don't taste like apple.
They
mean,
don't.
They
I don't know
really
what they
don't.
taste like, but it's not really apple.
Yeah.
That's my wife's second favorite, and she
Apple
was
Jacks?
mortified when I said I don't really like them that much.
There's other cereals
Like,
I'd rather
what? She actually said more for her, so it's fine.
Yeah.
That's how it works. But yeah, Chris the Rock said, hold on, my screen closed. Oh, come on. Recognize my face. He said, but we only get Fruit Loops about once every few years. Good gracious. That's your favorite, and you only get it once every few years?
Oh, wow.
Do you know when I like to
He
get Fruit
savors
Loops?
it.
This is gonna sound weird, but like every time I go to a hotel with the breakfast, I love the little cups of Fruit Loops that you can get. Something
for
about them
sure.
being in that smaller package, it just makes them so much better.
Yeah.
Oh,
like
they're
my
fresh.
My grandma used to have those little like mini cartons like that were just like mini versions of the,
Like a solo?
the cereal boxes.
Yeah.
Like a one shot. Of course, I always had to do two because one is definitely
You
not
just gotta
enough.
pile up on them.
Always.
Then.
Well, who
is
decided
this
the
fun
serving
size?
sizes? Like someone with little hands? Like that's not serving.
Have you ever
size is
seen
way
the
bigger.
Jim Gaffigan as a comedy bit? He's like, who put on the ice cream carton that one cup is a serving size? And he's like, it was just two guys at the factory. Like, hey, look at this. I put one cup on there as a joke, but now they're going out that way.
Yeah, that's true. Serving sizes are way smaller than they should be. He said home.
This just in.
What's that?
I bought myself the 2-pack of Lucky Charms Fruity Pebbles.
You did, Ryan.
I need to look
$13
this up because
Well spent.
I don't think the one that I got was not Fruity Pebbles. I would have gone for that.
That
It
seems
was
like an
something
extreme
different.
breakfast right there, though.
It does. It sounds like it's
An
packed a
extreme
punch.
No
way to
one
start
needs
your day.
coffee with marshmallow Fruity Pebbles.
No, for sure. The sugar rush alone will keep you going for a whole 10 minutes and then you'll crash. But Chris the Rock said the reason that, or not the reason, but they have Fruit Loops every few years, but at home, they always have 4 choices for their kids. Vectors, no idea. Rice Krispies, multigrain Cheerios, and cornflakes. Your
Wow.
poor children. He says his favorite of the healthier bunch are Vectors. I put
I don't know
Joey
what that
air
is.
quotes. He puts Joey air quotes because Rice Krispies and cornflakes are also garbage on a nutritional standpoint. LOL. But cereal is not the breakfast of choice around here, though. Lucas knows what the Kerwins' breakfast choice 4 times a week is, and that is a health smoothie, a purple smoothie. I don't have any idea what's in it, but his kids do not like it. Because every time he's on stream and he's like, hey guys, you guys ready for smoothies? They're like, no.
I do like a smoothie for breakfast, though. It is kind of a nice.
But 4 times a week? Have you had a
Yeah, that's
smoothie 4
rough.
times a week before?
I have
That
probably
can-
never in my life, no.
Yeah.
I
He's done
have
it
it
for a long time.
6 times a week.
Well,
But you're a
that
cereal
makes
hater.
sense. You're a cereal. Yeah. You would do crazy stuff like that. The last one comes from friggin' Nutcase. The most flavorful cereal for me is Crackle and Oat Bran. Did I say that right? Crackle and Oat Bran? But it's
Isn't
also
Crackle like a version of the Rice Krispie treat thing or something? Because
No
they're
idea.
like the Snap, Crackle, and Pop.
I don't know. I think it's a healthier one. I don't know. He said that it's also it doubles as a laxative. I don't know what that.
Ah,
No, I've never had a cereal that's been a laxative. So
well, yeah. Bran is full of fiber.
Even I'm sorry, Travis, but I'm looking at the box. It looks like poop and milk right now.
I think I know what cereal he's talking about.
And
My dad
there's-
used to buy that and mix it with other cereals. Having it by itself, that's like, yeah, it's like the rings, right? Like poop rings.
They look
Plop
like
rings?
they're just like they look like chocolate covered like pretzel squares.
Some of these
Yeah,
old
okay.
cereals, man, just like looking at the boxes, you're like, wow, what a piece of crap that must be.
Travis also said he likes Life cereal, original with no sugar, like Mikey.
Yeah, that's the life cereal's good.
No
Regular
sugar.
life.
Regular Life.
Do
Is
they
it
have?
good?
Do they have the no sugar kind?
I don't know. I've only had Cinnamon Life. No, I've had the regular Life too.
Regular
but it
and
has
cinnamon
sugar
are
in
very
it, doesn't it?
similar.
They have sugar in them, don't they? All of them.
I don't
Life
know,
cereal?
but they're tasty.
They are tasty. They have to have some sugar. There's no
Have
way
to.
there's sugarless.
There's no way they taste that good without sugar.
Yeah, that's not possible. Yeah. So there you go. That's those are joiner picks. Most of them pretty good. Pretty good.
I've
Not too
got two
shabby.
that have not been mentioned yet.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Throw it out there. Come on.
The first one I've always liked, and I can understand why people don't like them. It's Smacks. It's got like the frog on the front of it.
Yep. Those
Something
hit me
about
later
those.
in life.
Yeah, something about those. That, like, I just like them.
Yeah. I'm with you. I'm with you.
And then one of my top three that nobody has mentioned, Honeycomb.
Oh,
I
totally forgot
love
about
Honeycomb.
those.
They're fantastic.
I will agree with you on that too. I like honeycomb.
I
Honeycombs.
totally forgot about that.
I did too. Mark kind of alluded to them. I definitely the lesser and more inferior version of honeycomb is the corn pop cereal. I don't like those. Those I don't know. There's
No.
something weird about those. They're off. But
Yeah.
yeah, honeycomb. Those are good. Those are good. They're like waffle fry cereal. Like they're just I like the texture and the layers
Yeah.
along with the flavor, of course. Honey anything is good. You just dump some honey on it.
You know, there was an ET cereal in 1984.
There was an ET everything in 1984.
Was it flavored like Reese's? Reese's
Ah!
candies?
Let's see what it was flavored. Peanut butter and chocolate flavored crispy sweetened 2-grain cereal.
What 2-grain? Why even
don't know
mention
what
that?
I don't know.
It's like 2 grains.
That's for the
Wow,
parents.
Thanks.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's got grains.
Hey, honey, it's got
multi-grain.
2 grains in it.
Also,
Yeah,
in
that's
1983,
good.
there was a Smurf Berry Crunch.
Oh yeah.
Made with real
sweetened
Smurfs.
corn and fruity sweetened corn, oat, and wheat cereal fortified with 10 essential vitamins and minerals.
Oh, so it's
Okay.
Healthy, obviously.
yeah.
Did you guys ever get into the there was the Halloween themed cereals like Boo Berry, Count Chocula?
Count Chocolate is pretty good.
I didn't have those very much as a kid. I don't know why.
I didn't
Right.
either.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I always thought Count
so-
Chocula when I was a kid was like an off-brand cereal, but it's really
Yeah, me.
not
I'm
an
pretty sure
off-brand
I
cereal.
felt that way too. No, it's definitely mainlining.
It's also a Pac-Man cereal that hit the shelves in 1983.
Mhm.
Man, the
Nice.
80s cereal mecca.
Magical. Yeah.
There was a
80s and
Batman
90s.
cereal in the late 80s.
Yeah, there was a
Nice.
Mario cereal as
Yeah.
well.
Mhm.
It's good stuff. Well, just so you guys know, this episode was actually, I forgot to mention this at the top, but this topic was brought to you by
Brought to you
episode
by
108 when Ronnie said almost 1 year ago today, it was actually September 29th, like the last week of September. Ronnie said, we got to do a topic about cereal sometime. And then Mark said, yeah, I don't like cereal. And
Ta-da!
it's all been
happened?
leading up to this.
Wait,
How
hold
about
on.
that?
Yeah.
I bet we talked about Retro October. I bet we talked about Avengers a year ago.
Probably.
Talking about cereal. I think history is repeating itself.
It really is. Well, we dedicated way more time.
As
Like,
is tradition.
We only dedicated like 5 to 10 minutes to cereal talk. We were trying to be respectful.
we
to
named
Mark.
the episode after it.
We did, but we didn't talk that long about cereal. I don't know why.
All right.
Yeah. So there you go.
Cool.
Cool. So, all hearts clear. Anyone else?
I think
Any other
I'm good.
cereals? Mark, you sure?
Yep.
Mark's all out of cereals
Yep.
to mention.
He's been
All
out
out of
before,
cereal.
since before we started the topic. All right. Well, that concludes our scintillating discussion of the gloriousness of cereals with the GMG crew. As is tradition, a little bit of quick housekeeping where we're offering towels, fluffing pillows, topped with Andy's candies, and tipping you off to the GMG news you need to know. As always, the GMG stream team is running on all cylinders Sunday to Saturday. Check out Marc on Tuesdays and Saturdays most of the time, especially during Retro October, playing lots of good games. What'd you say? KOTOR's coming up tomorrow night. And what's coming Saturday?
Have not determined for Saturday yet.
All right, it's gonna be a surprise.
So stay tuned to Twitter sphere
for sure. Also check out Chris pretty much every day except for Friday at the wee hours of 4 a.m. He's mainlining Days Gone right now. He platinumed A Plague's Tale, and as I said, we finished Borderlands 2, so he's all about that Days Gone. And then I've kind of switched my schedule around, going to be doing Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays in the afternoons during the weekday and Saturday mornings. So I'll be playing random games, Baby Plats, Hades. You never know what's going to be going. But you can check us out at twitch.tv. You can also find us on Twitter, on Discord. Links are all in the show notes, so you can click there and just get connected with us, hang out, chat about everything from cereal to video games, entertainment. And then also, please feel free to rate and review us on Apple Podcasts and Podchaser because it helps us reach new joiners. And we would appreciate you letting your voice be heard. Speaking of what should be heard, of course, we have a few songs to unveil for the GMG MAST 100 list.
All right. Who wants to go first with their pick?
Bueller.
Marc, you go first.
Ron.
Okay, fantastic.
Ooh.
All right. Well, I'm going to pick a staple, or what has become a staple of karaoke night, basically. But it is one of this band's best songs, Journey's Don't Stop Believin'.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the story of this, real quick, Jonathan Cain, who is their keyboard player and one of the main songwriters for the group, he was actually telling a story about how his dog got hit by a car, and he had to pay the vet bill and stuff, and he was down and out, like really trying to get started in music, which then they did save the dog's life, thankfully. The dog lived, but he had to call his dad for some money, to try to loan some money. And he absolutely hated calling his dad to try to ask for money. And he basically asked his dad, he's like, should I just come home? Because I really feel like this is not working. I don't know. And his dad said, no, stick it out, man. Don't stop believing. And he wrote that in the back of his journal. And then several years later, when Steve Perry, lead singer, is like, we need another song for this album. What does anybody have anything? And he flipped through his journal and Don't Stop Believing. He's like, I'm going to write a song about that. And I'm going to write something Steve Perry will sing. And sure enough.
Nice.
That's a cool story.
That is cool.
Yep. So there you go. Who's next?
I will go next.
Cool.
Now, this was a tough one because this is coming from the Greatest Showman soundtrack.
Mm-hmm.
And the Greatest Showman soundtrack is one of the best soundtracks out there. Maybe
Easy.
maybe a top 5, top 10 list will come up later. But the song that I like on the Greatest Showman the best, and something that is sung whenever it comes on, sometimes I just want to put it on. It's Never Enough from the Greatest Showman soundtrack. It's
Nice.
so good. I'm pretty sure I get chills almost every time listening to this. It's just powerful. It's great. I love it.
Nice. Yeah, so it was a big song for I guess the character's name is Jenny Lind in the movie. She was an opera singer. She was a real person, obviously, played by Rebecca Ferguson. But she's actually lip syncing in that song. I mean, they all technically are lip syncing, but it's not her voice that she's lip syncing to. It's actually a singer by the name of Lauren Allred. and she was actually talking about this, and she's like, I'm surprised that my track actually made it to the movie, because when I recorded that song, she says, I thought it was just going to be a guide vocal for whoever was going to sing it. It was just something for them to learn it. And they used it in the movie, and she's like, oh, okay, that's fine. So, yeah. But yeah, it's
Interesting.
It's not the actress. It's not the actress singing. It's somebody else completely. So.
Wow, I would have never known that. I mean, in that movie, most of the people that's their voices, singing. But
Yeah,
I didn't know that was
It's definitely Hugh singing, and definitely
for sure.
Zach singing. Yeah, so.
And Zendaya. Yeah.
And Zendaya, yeah. So, but yeah, pretty cool.
Cool.
All right, so we got Lucas and Ronnie left.
Yep.
All right.
I chose for your listening pleasure, "Can You Feel the Love Tonight" by Elton John.
Nice. Classic for the Lion King soundtrack, of course.
Yep.
Written by Tim Rice and Elton John, which that duo is powerhouse.
Yeah.
So it basically won the 1994 Academy Award for Best Original Song, Golden Globe Award for Best Original Song. It also earned Elton John the Grammy Award that year for Best Male Pop Vocal Performance. So, award-winning song. It's powerful.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously they used his version at the end credits for The Lion King.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Well, following up on your Elton John, I have a little song called Tainted Love by Soft Cell.
Classic
Nice.
80s new wave tune. And Ronnie is officially the one tonight that picks a cover. Yeah.
Congrats.
I have actually heard the who is it that sings the original?
Gloria Jones.
Gloria Jones.
Yeah. So she recorded that in 1964. And Soft Cell, they basically they did it as a cover at several of their shows, and just decided to record it and put their own little spin on it. You know, they're an 80s new wave pop band, and a lot of versions of it, which a lot of times this is the version I hear on the radio, is the version that includes the Supremes' "Where Did Our Love Go?" Baby, baby, where did our love go? Yeah, so they added that as kind of like a dance mix to it. It's just really like, it's really chill, because it's just like the very end is like real light drum machine with just a little bit of like synthesized not xylophone, but like maybe like marimba effect, and just real simple with the vocal, and it's just a good way to just kind of close it out. So I love that version of the song. So
basically what the 80s sounded like.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. That's real fair. But yeah, sweet deal, guys.
Alrighty then. Pat, Mark, and Ronnie J, along with you, our beloved friends, family, and joiners. Go get your good morning this week, and may God bless and guide your lives as you live, as you work, and as you game.